Good Wednesday evening, Southeast Texas. We're going to take the next 15 minutes and dive into your forecast over the next 7 days. We need rain as a developing drought is starting to take place across the area. May have some help, but I don't think we're going to see what we need. Otherwise, today we saw partly cloudy skies across Southeast Texas, and I think we'll see that once again coming up tomorrow. We're looking up at Pervalis, which is up in Jasper, and they've got mostly clear skies up there after temperatures reach the lower 90s. Otherwise, it's part of the Roofing 911 Skycam network. So here's the plan over the next 7 days. There's going to be a slight chance tomorrow late. Then we're back to hot and dry coming up Friday and Saturday. Be running, let's see, probably about 3 to 4 degrees above normal. Then a slight chance or a chance coming up, scattered showers and storms, how about that, coming up on Monday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, at least every day, we have at least a 20% coverage each day. So again, moving in a little better direction, but we need a lot more than what we're going to get. Your allergy report, unfortunately, it just doesn't quit. Ragweed, very high levels across Southeast Texas, and mold, very high. The good news is that grass pollen has decreased a bit compared to yesterday on the Southeast Texas allergy report for this first day of October. Where did September go, right? So you're looking at moisture levels. Not really important that you notice these numbers. They're more for me to indicate how deep or how much moisture we have to work with. But one thing is that we're right about here as far as the legend. So we'll put this into motion and look how deeper moisture comes in from the east out of Louisiana. That may just be enough to create a slight chance of showers coming up late tomorrow afternoon. So some folks will be lucky in getting a shower coming up tomorrow afternoon, maybe even in through tomorrow night across the area as this moisture moves on through. And again, it's not a big chance, but there will be something on radar coming up tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, we think, across Southeast Texas. Otherwise, our forecast for tomorrow will go with a 20% coverage and a high of 92 in the triangle. So modeling is showing also about a 20% coverage, pretty close to what we think. So not a big difference between modeling and my forecast. And then again, here's my forecast for the lakes area, also about 92 and about a 20% coverage. Instead of the sea breeze coming in and confined to the I-10 corridor, you'll likely see light northeasterly winds throughout the day coming up tomorrow up in the lakes area. So again, this is going to be late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. We should see that 20% coverage moving in out of Louisiana. We need a little bit of heating, and with that moisture coming in, we destabilize the atmosphere and create a bit of lift, and we could get as much as a 20% coverage. Hopefully we could see overachievers tomorrow. That would be certainly great because this is the drought monitor just updated. It's going to be updated again tomorrow, but we're at drought level 1, then level 2 as a moderate, drought level 3 is a severe drought, level 4 is an extreme drought and an exceptional drought there. And we saw a lot of extreme and exceptional droughts back in 2011. You might remember that summer. It's the second driest summer and year on record in Southeast Texas. And as you can see, a lot of the area under a drought level 1, but as you can see, it's moderate drought ongoing north of Lafayette. So far this year, we've only picked up 41.33 inches of rainfall. We should be closer to 47 as we're running some 6.5 plus inches below normal for the year. Now, since September 1st, that's what, 30 days or so, we're closer to 3 inches below normal since September 1st. I don't think we're going to see 2.9 inches through the next 7 days. Be lucky to get a quarter to maybe a half an inch over the next 7 days. So here's your afternoon high temperatures forecast. This is another thing that increases the evaporation and also worsens the drought is your afternoon high temperature. It wouldn't be as bad if we were in the lower 80s, but we're going to be pretty much 90 every day. So that evaporates and helps to draw the moisture out of the ground and makes for drier fuel conditions. So you can, if we don't start getting some rain, we're going to start running into problems with grass fires and things like that. So right now, Looks like high temperatures Monday will be in the upper 80s. Normally we should see about 86 this time of year. So, it's a little bit above normal, but not crazy record-breaking high temperatures. It just, we do this sometimes. And again, it would be nicer if we had some cool weather. So I'm going to 20% coverage coming up on Thursday. Friday and Saturday, I don't think we'll see any rain. Sunday, maybe a 20% coverage. And then Monday, favorable wind direction, not just at the ground, but at 5, 10, 15,000 feet up in the atmosphere, will help draw in moisture off the Gulf. So we may see as much as a 30, maybe 40% coverage. Tuesday and Wednesday, I can't go with no rainfall, even though we've got plentiful moisture. We've got a little bit of high pressure building back into the area, so that may temper our rain chances coming up Tuesday and Wednesday, 20, maybe 30% coverage. Regardless, it does not look like we will see what we need. We need 2.9 inches of rainfall to make things up, and every day over the next 7, we should pick up a fifth of an inch, and that would give us, 1.4 inches of rainfall. And this is what the wettest model that I could find is dropping over our area over the next 7 days. So a tenth to a third of an inch of rainfall. Obviously better rain chances over towards southwest Louisiana, but it just does not look like we're going to see what we need over the next 7 days to get us back up to normal. Otherwise, some good news on the forefront is that Friday night football looks good, as we're expecting dry weather through both the game at kickoff, halftime, and the final or the end of the game. Kickoff temperatures should be around 80 to the lower 80s under mostly sunny to clear skies. By the halftime, looking at mid to upper 70s, that should be. Those fat fingers get in the way, so it should be 70s. And then by the end of the game, we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 70s. So probably not as cool as what we saw last Friday night, but certainly not having to deal with thunderstorms in the forecast for those Friday night football players. Otherwise, today we saw not sunny, despite what modeling said. We went with partly cloudy against modeling, and as you could see, we had partly cloudy skies today. We'll do that again tomorrow with temperatures currently in the mid 80s. Nothing showing up on radar today, but that may change as we work on into tomorrow afternoon because that moisture coming out of Louisiana on the Pro Roofing Concepts satellite and radar loop. Across the state, weak high pressure is intact, and as you can see, as we lose visible satellite, we'll be watching some of this moisture try to move on in from the east as we work on into tomorrow afternoon. As far as you can see, that deeper moisture, fairly low amounts of moisture over our area right now, but some of that is going to be dragged into our area from the east as we work on into tomorrow afternoon, and then maybe some drier air coming in on Friday and Saturday. So that would probably take care of us seeing any chance of shower and thunderstorm activity over Friday and Saturday. So there's that area of low pressure, and this is the upper levels. We're at 18,000 feet, okay? This is not tropical. And what's going to happen is we got high pressure off towards our southwest. This is great blocking for tropics, but I just think the season's over with. So put that out of your mind. We'll be watching this low head our way, and look, okay, we got the red right there. That is upper level disturbance, low pressure, and then this is moisture. Look how it goes way up the scale. This is going to drag in moisture to our area. You need moisture in the atmosphere to create showers and thunderstorms. You can have moisture at the surface, but if the air is dry at 5, 10,000 feet, it's a no-go for rainfall. You need the atmosphere to be not just moist at the surface, but at 5,000, 10,000 feet, 15,000 feet would be great so that the clouds won't evaporate as they build up. If they encounter a dry layer, then the clouds evaporate and you don't get showers or thunderstorms. So this is a little better indication that we may see a better chance of rain coming up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week as we'll have plentiful moisture to work with. But on the backside, to counteract this, is that we lose the low, have moisture, but have high pressure over us. So that would cause the atmosphere, at least the motions, to sink instead of rising. Clouds like to go up, and if you got sinking motion, that kind of flattens out the cloud cover. So we can't go zero, but I can't go with, 60% coverage of showers and storms. So we'll go a 20% coverage coming up on, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what happens in the Caribbean or the Southwest Gulf. I just believe that the season is over with. Why? Well, you'll probably see it on social media that, something could come out of the Caribbean. Oh my goodness. Let me try that again. Something could come out of the Caribbean. It could be a hurricane or out of the gyre, the Central American gyre. Well, once it gains enough latitude, it's going to FLA, USA, okay? We got west winds, the westerlies. We are in a change of seasons. And west to northwest winds that will continue north, west, southwest, west, right on through next week. The season has changed. We are done. As everything, if something was able to develop, it's going to come, and once it gains latitude, it feels that shear and it will be directed off towards the east. That's what a lot of the climatological patterns that whenever storms do form as we head into October, if they come out of the Caribbean, they get redirected towards Florida. We're at that time of year to where the westerlies start doing this. If something develops in the southwest Gulf, it's going to go like that over towards Florida because of this westerly shear. And that is because we are in a fall time pattern. So I think we are done with the tropics and have been done for some time. We have seen an October pattern much of September. So we will say goodbye to Umberto. Imelda is headed right towards Bermuda coming up tonight as a Cat 2 hurricane. Winds are at 100 miles an hour. They do this all the time. It's not infrequent, but as you can see, both storms are headed out to sea. Boy, Umberto just fell apart. Regardless, it's headed off to the east-northeast at 22 miles an hour. And we will say goodbye to Imelda coming up on Thursday. So again, there's been a lot of discussion on social media. Well, something may come across from the eastern Atlantic, big deal, or Florida, or in the southwest Gulf. I think we're in good shape because of the shear, westerly shear in the Gulf. Otherwise, again, well, I'm sorry, I apologize. We're losing daytime satellite imagery. There may be weak low pressure that develops in the Bay of Campeche or over towards the Central American gyre. But with the shear, I don't think it's going to happen, but if something's developed, it's going to Florida. It's going to take a Florida vacation. It's just that time of year as far as October goes. So for tonight, it looks quiet. We'll see lows in the mid-60s up in the lakes area, and I think we could see lows into the upper 60s and lower 70s in the triangle. Then tomorrow, we'll go with partly cloudy skies. It'll be a hot, humid afternoon, and look at that. We finally have something to work with. This is modeling. This is not radar, and you can see it may extend on into the evening hours tomorrow. So on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at mostly smooth seas around a foot. We'll see northeast to east winds at 5 to 10 knots. Water temperature at 87. Only one high tide. It's early at 2:16 a.m. All right, tomorrow, 7 p.m. That's the last day as we continue to head deeper into fall that the sun will set at 7 p.m. After that, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, it'll be 6:59 as the days continue to grow shorter. Tomorrow, or tonight I should say, becoming mostly clear. Winds will likely go calm. Lows will be in the mid-60s lakes, excuse me, and into the upper 60s to lower 70s here in the triangle. Tomorrow, rain chances at 20% coverage, high temperatures, lower 90s, heat indices in the lower 90s, UV index at 7.6, otherwise partly cloudy, and a light northeasterly wind from I-10 north, I-10 south. We may see the sea breeze coming in, so we'll go with a northeast and southeast wind at 2 to 5 miles an hour. So light winds. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast. So low chances Thursday, none Friday and Saturday. But as we head on into next week, as we take a look at the dew points, the measurement of how much moisture is in the atmosphere, we really start feeling like summertime. Very humid coming up Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays. We've got a lot to work with. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching 12 News Plus, and hope you and your family have a great evening.